One battle after another is 10 times the movie Eddington is.
Ball is live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into a brand new episode of Football is Life, episode 163 here. Excellent intro by special guest Max Dresbach. And I am Nat Maymoudis, one of your co-hosts, alongside, as always, Matthew Powell.
Hello, hello.
And Ethan Cooney.
Hello, how's it going?
And we're coming to you live during the second half of USMNT versus Paraguay. USMNT versus Miguel Almiron. Let's go. And 1-1, it is currently happening. Gio Reyna with the goal. And then Paraguay would equalize both goals from headers. But lots to talk about with MLS. MLS is going to look different moving forward very soon. It was announced on Thursday that in 2027, MLS will start changing to the regular FIFA soccer calendar, and starting in August of 2027, the MLS season will be like the rest of the world, starting in last week of July, beginning of August, and then will end in May. How the trend to get to that, there will be a shortened MLS season from February.
Goal.
I was waiting for that reaction. I had it when I pointed.
Oh,
Balogun
wow. I think that all
made
three
it
of us,
2-1.
or four of us, are watching this game at different times because
Yeah.
you
Have
wagged
you
your
not seen
finger.
it?
Then I heard Max go, goal. And I was like, not yet, Max. Like, we don't know if he's going to score. And then he scored.
No, I think I'm a
finish
full
this
like
was.
15 seconds ahead of anyone, or maybe 20. I was
Are
like,
you watching TNT? Because TNT's
no, I'm on
usually faster
Max.
than
I'm on
streaming.
Max.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
also on,
Or
on
HBO. It's HBO Max now.
I'm
Forgive
surprised.
me.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. Usually the streaming is behind
Yeah.
actual TV. I think I am live
Yeah, you're on YouTube
right
TV.
now.
Reyna
On YouTube
technically with
Live.
the assist.
Yeah, Reyna
YouTube
goal
TV.
and assist. The Golden Child is back. All right.
He's
Reyna
good.
needs
Right.
He's good.
his-
Tons of
There's a reason
issues,
I
but
brought
that kid
my
can
Halter
ball.
out sign the game day. I was
Good
always
finish.
the Golden Child.
Yeah, good.
But
Balogun
yes,
with the goal.
there will be a shortened MLS season from February to May, which will be 14 games. Then there will be shortened playoffs. Probably
That's so
will
stupid,
be
man.
Yeah, that
should
short
be-
that short season's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, the playoffs should be pretty similar to
The COVID
to the
tournament.
the COVID
Yeah.
season where we had so many teams, where 8 teams from both sides. Or we'll see, because when we had the COVID season, they had expanded the playoffs, and now the playoffs are bigger than that, since there was 8 teams on both sides, and now there are technically more teams already in the playoffs.
We just need Daryl DK back, and then it'll truly be MLS's back.
Yes. We'll have to see for that if they bring out the MLS is back trophy, since they did design a separate trophy
This is
for
true.
that tournament and hasn't been used. But they at the moment they've said that there will be 2 MLS Cups in 2027.
I don't even remember who won that. Who won that? Was it
No,
Austin or
no, I don't
Orlando?
remember either. It's
I
a
literally just
team.
remembered
It's
TK
not
being so good for Orlando during that time.
that team isn't close to here. I don't care who they are. I don't. We don't have to talk about who won that. We're
Oh, is it
moving on from
Portland?
that.
Oh, is it Portland?
Did you really forget? You forgot too?
Yeah.
Wait, Nat, to be clear, you're saying it was Portland, right? Portland
No,
won that
no.
trophy?
I'm saying I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Anyway, what are our thoughts, Matt? You start.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen all of the like overlapping calendar images we're getting and the reporting on this that says that like the season's gonna have like 91% overlap or like 75% of prior of the new match days will have been included in the old calendar or whatever those stats are. That make it seem like it's not a huge change. And I don't know what it'll feel like when it's actually in effect. And I don't know if the transition period is going to go smoothly. I don't really trust it to go smoothly with the history we have of MLS. With that said, if they do a good job keeping the schedule of the winter games and the northern cities light, I do think there are actual advantages to lining up your season and transfer windows with the most talented leagues in the world. I think this is such a big change, and there's a million factors to consider that it's something we're gonna have to see in effect for probably a couple years to get a real feel for what it's going to be like. But there are implications here with competition with college football. There are implications here for competition with the NFL, for the growing American audience. There are implications here for competition with the European soccer, and if there were any viewers that were watching MLS because it was the soccer that was on in the summer. And so I think we're gonna have to see how it takes into effect. It's gonna happen concurrently with what was reported last week, the MLS becoming free on Apple TV. So they're no longer going to paywall it additionally behind Apple TV and then behind MLS Season Pass. I mean, there's a million changes happening concurrently. There's a million things to consider. I feel generally positive about the competitive advantage of bringing in higher quality players when you are aligned with the rest of the world soccer calendar. But I think that there are lots of things that can go poorly and lots of things that can go wrong. And it's just gonna have to bear out.
Ethan, let's hear from you.
I honestly agree with Matt. It's a very measured and responsible take. I don't say that to insult. I mean it. I think it's smart. When I initially heard the news, I thought it was really stupid, especially with the rumor that along with the schedule change, we would also have a table change in which the conferences would be broken up into divisions. That has not been confirmed or announced yet. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't really know how I feel. I kind of feel like it's just going to be so cold in some places. And I just feel like the fans are probably going to go to the games less than they are now. Because it's just going to be so cold in certain places. Like, all the Canadian teams, what are they going to do? Yeah, and I know some people online have done research and that there won't actually be that many more games played in intense cold than there are already. And if that's the truth, then you know what? I welcome that, and it's fine to sort of move us onto this European calendar. And yeah, like Matt said, I think we'll only know how this works once we see how it works, and we can actually see how it plays out and affects this league.
Yeah, so about the intense cold, so that's been like the main complaint on why they shouldn't do that, but they have addressed that. Like there will be the midwinter break where they will
Right.
not be playing at the end of December and January. which will be interesting to see how that works out, and if teams. I'll be interested to see if teams complain about that, about being rusty when coming back from that.
The Bundesliga does it.
Yeah,
It's true,
Bundesliga
but
does it.
it will also be interesting to see. But even with that, during some of that break, there could be CONCACAF Champions League happening at the end of that, or CONCACAF Champions League. We do not, or CONCACAF Champions Cup. It will be interesting to see if when those games are happening changes at all, or if there's any changes with that, because for that competition, like, this feels like a very good thing for MLS, as normally it seems like MLS teams are struggling since they're not in midseason form when that tournament happens, like Liga MX is, and then obviously it's the opposite when we have Leagues Cup later. MLS is in form and Liga MX isn't, so MLS does better in that tournament. So it does feel like this will be good for MLS in other competitions. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how all the other competitions adjust, because this is a big change for when US Open Cup and our Leagues Cup will happen in July, or it will probably happen during the MLS season, but it will be interesting to see how those two tournaments adjust to this change from MLS, and we just don't know what that's going to be like.
Yeah. Are we talking about the Pepe miss?
Yeah, Ricardo Pepe.
Dude, you are a
bad.
full 3 minutes behind me.
Yeah.
Did you just give me like gas, like cover my mouth?
Yeah,
a while ago.
I was looking at Matt for the longest time. I was like, I know something happened, and then I saw it. I was like, oh my god.
Brutal.
Okay, I hope. Okay,
refresh your stream, because you.
What minute are you on?
80, 30.
Okay,
80, 32.
I just got to 30.
So we're barely behind
pretty
you, Matt.
We're pretty close.
All right, yeah, we're close now. But that miss was brutal. That's by the way, you just cannot. That can't happen. Like, you cannot play that position and miss that. No way.
Yeah, and he's competing.
I mean, especially with the way Haji played last window, 2 goals. Like,
yeah. No.
And Ricardo Pepe lost his starting spot at PSV to a non-striker, by the way. Like, Luke de Jong finally leaves, right? And Pepe still can't start.
Also, it wasn't a great like pass from Luna, but he did enough. He did his like scrappy thing where he did enough to create that chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's brutal.
For the cold weather teams also, I mean, it shouldn't be that. I also think for when it is cold, Vancouver plays in the Dome, and Montreal plays right next to the Olympic Stadium, so they can move indoors. So if they need to, those both teams can play indoors. But also, I don't expect it to be. I think people are blowing that out of proportion. I think it will be fine. Anyway, but Max, what are your initial thoughts to the schedule?
As someone who works for a USL League 2 team, I'm very happy. As someone who's a fan of MLS, I think this is not the best decision. Like,
why?
Like, I'm a Midwestern boy. I've been in Minnesota in February. Like, they can tell me all they want that it's not going to be severe cold. It's going to be severe cold. Yeah. It's going to be.
February and March are the coldest. I mean, those brutal. Are brutal.
Yeah.
Also, other than that, like,
Minnesota could have put a roof on their stadium when they built that.
Yeah.
Like, that is on them.
But is it on them when MLS has made it such a big deal? We want real grass. And it is much harder to get real grass when you have a roof on a stadium. And so, like, to be fair, there's a little bit of misdirection from MLS there. But yes, Minnesota could have put a roof on that stadium. But then, secondarily, yes, I do think it's going to help bring in better players. And as someone who, like, lost Cucho with the Crew and that sort of, like, I do think that's a good thing. But at the same time, I love the fact that MLS is on when not that much is on.
Right.
And I do really think that helps the growth of the sport. Like, summer is the soccer season in America. And all of a sudden, now summer, like, if I'm the MLB, I am so happy right now. Because, like, they just went to no competition again. Which was already the case for, you know, the red-blooded Americans out there who don't support soccer. But, like, now MLB truly has no competition in the summer, which is...
There's still going to be, I mean...
You could watch paint dry.
There's still going to be a lot of soccer. There's still going to be soccer in the last couple weeks of July and all of August.
Yeah.
And they're still not and the only thing they're competing with at that point is NFL preseason, but that no one cares about that.
But also the business end of the season.
I watch
the business
NFL
end of the season right now is going to compete with the NBA Finals. It's going to compete with NHL, I believe. And, like, just a lot of sports that do better with the whole playoff thing.
I still, because the MLS Cup, so the MLS Cup moving to May, I think is better than it is now, because MLS Cup has been happening in December during, like, the critical months of the NFL season, and they've been putting it on. I mean, it should be like a night kickoff, wherever it was. Putting MLS Cup on at like 12:30 Pacific time, like on a Sunday, competing with NFL is just absolutely terrible timing. I would yes, in May, that is when the NBA Finals are happening, but I think that is but like for one game, there really isn't that much happening. There's only the finals happening. Yes, there's baseball happening, but like it's only those, and those can make it so that is at a different time from those two finals. Like, and if they do those on a Sunday night or a Saturday night, like, they're not competing with anything except for baseball, and it's early season baseball. No one cares about that. So I do think that is a better placement.
I mean, no one cares about
MLS Cup.
baseball until the World Series.
I will say, I only touched American sports landscape. I didn't even get to the fact they're competing with the UEFA Champions League, the end of the Premier League season, the end of all of like, the amount of people who are European soccer fans first and then still support their MLS local team. Those people, their MLS viewership is going to tank, in my opinion. Like, I think they just are gonna watch so much less MLS. The only thing that can save MLS is time.
But the game, games are still gonna be at different times than those.
But how many people can, like, I can, because I am 23 years old and have no family obligations and love soccer amazingly. But how many people can just sit there the whole day and watch just soccer?
I think more. I think the transition to the, like, when games are happening is going to be way easier than most people think. Like, I don't even think, like, yes, like, it's gonna be like that when we're in soccer season. Like, there might be a lot of interesting games back to back, but still, like, the games are gonna, like, there's gonna, like, and we're gonna have to get used to more games being in, like, November or stuff. The game, like, if we see the games on, we're still gonna watch that. Like, the MLS season already is still so short. Like, the off season is so short already. Like, there isn't that much time when there isn't MLS. Like, you just, like, it's, people are just already like, people who are already following the teams are not going to stop watching every game.
I don't know. I get worried as someone who has a team that competes in a huge college football market. Like, more of the season being during the college football season, I don't think is good for Columbus. But that's a very personal take versus, like, league wide. But yeah, I don't think that's good for Columbus.
Should we talk about any other schedule stuff? Or, like, Ethan, do you have any thoughts on when MLS Cup will be? Or Should we talk about
do we know what
potential
Open Cup is gonna do?
divisions?
Yeah,
Wait.
I think the potential like split up of the conferences or change of the conference system into the division
And there's
system
definitely
because
a change. Like definitely when they do this, there is going to be a playoff change. Like MLS
Yeah.
obviously doesn't go. MLS can only have a playoff format for like 3 years tops. So the playoffs will be changing.
Yeah.
Hopefully less teams make the playoffs.
I just
than
don't
what it
understand the
is
point of
now.
a 34 season regular, 34 game regular season if you're gonna let most teams into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so we're still waiting on the divisions. The rumor for the divisions is to do 5 divisions of 6 teams, and then
There's some perfect ones.
you play home and away against all of the teams in your division, and then you play everyone else in the league one time, and then you alternate home and away every year. Which would be, and playing everyone does give some more merit to an actual supporter shield, because everyone gets to play each other. Even if you are only going to play some teams, if you only get to play one team on the or that's better. It's better that everyone gets to play everyone.
Yes and no.
It's not even.
I mean, if you're in a shit division, it's so much easier to win Supporter Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supporter
So,
Shield.
you
Supporter
know.
Shield is still gonna be still not gonna have that much merit, because it
Yeah.
will help if you're in a much better division.
But this would be a
which
better
makes me
supporter
wonder-
shield. I think it would improve the supporter shield. It wouldn't make
It
it.
would be better if you're all. It would definitely be better for not having seasons where this year, where like the Eastern Conference is so obviously, like the supporter shield did come from the Eastern Conference, but like it could have. But imagine if somebody in the Western Conference had won the supporter shield, because they were just so much higher than all the other teams. Like that didn't happen
Right.
this year, but like that could have happened. So it gives it a little.
If
bit.
LAFC got Sun not mid-season, but in the beginning of the season, I could
Yeah.
easily seeing them dominate.
And they
the
had like
Western
70
Conference.
points, and then the next
Yeah.
Western Conference team was like 15 points behind. That would be kind of
Yeah.
messed up.
I think that probably would have happened if they got Sun earlier. Honestly.
Yeah.
Definitely feels like they could have been a higher seed. It does feel like they could start giving out with this, since you get a banner in the NFL for
Uh-oh.
winning the division. Then I do like the idea that people would like
Holy shit.
talk more about.
We're
this
gonna get red
division
cards,
championship.
people. These are red cards.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have a
fight
fight going on in
Also,
We got
this.
red
right
cards
before
coming.
that,
USMNT
there was almost a
game.
Columbus
The whole
Crew
bunch
mishap.
the whole USMNT.
Oh god, I got to be honest. I
is
thought
there.
that this was gonna get solved really quick, but it has
Someone's
Suspensions
ballooned.
losing
incoming.
their
Crazy.
Suspensions
losing
incoming.
their
It has
shit.
ballooned
Freeman's going
and
crazy.
snowballed
And
to
that's a
high hell.
former. I mean, that's an NFL body right there. You don't want to.
This ref has not been doing a good job of
Yeah.
keeping control. He's been very shaky the entire time. It was something was gonna happen. Right.
Did you say Alex Freeman almost played in the NFL?
No, I was thinking that's an NFL body right there.
Oh.
His dad played in the NFL.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Who's his dad?
His dad was Antonio Freeman, who played for the Green Bay Packers, and was like pretty good.
No way.
Made a couple All-Pro games.
Wow.
Yeah, we have
It's
to
mostly
sound-
settled
obviously- I
down.
mean, we
It's
have to
settled
sound
down.
off of this
Yeah.
broadcast, but I'm sure they've said that fact about the Green Bay
Freeman. They
Packer
probably
at
said
least
it like
3
Well,
times.
he did sub on, so maybe not as.
Oh, this
but
is
when he
fun.
subbed on, they definitely said it.
I don't
Right
see any
before the
punches
fight.
thrown.
You got Taylor Tolman going. That's a
Oh,
red
he's
card.
kind of got him. He's around his neck actually in that initial wrap up.
Gomez on Freeman's
Yeah.
neck.
Yep.
Yeah, which is why Freeman's so upset.
That's like the most
Yeah.
childish way to start a fight. I feel like is fighting
It's
with a
a
ball
ball.
like
The
My
that.
ball.
side-
My
that-
ball.
That's kind of a chokehold
Yeah.
on his neck. which
I
is
think
why
that's going to be a
Freeman's
red
so
card
upset.
for Gomez. I feel like it's a red for Gomez.
How
I think
many
it's a red for
cards?
Gomez and a yellow for Freeman probably.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else, and I think
Seems
we might get
some
suspensions
coach-
post
like,
game.
and yeah.
At the
before
very
this,
least,
you guys
yeah,
see
oh, he's
Aiden
got the
Morris
red
get
card
nagged
out.
And then Max Arfson almost get an own goal. It was almost a calamity of Columbus Crew.
Yeah.
He might give a couple red cards here.
I think the red's going to go to Gomez and a yellow is
FIFA's
going to go to
definitely
Freeman.
going to be looking at this.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. Alabama football lost. That always makes my day happy.
Nice. Rest in peace, Nick Saban. He's not dead.
All right. Yeah, but okay. Well, I was saying we were talking about as the referee tries to sort out what was happening here. I do like the fact that like in the NFL, it is fun.
We got a
with,
red
like, the
two out
NFC
there.
West that you talk about, like there is like competition for winning like the NFC West and stuff, and same thing for like there is. Obviously, we already have stuff like the Cascadia Cup, but it will be more real if because people will start tracking like division winners like this.
Right.
Looks like the only red was to a guy who
A
was
bench player, right?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
A bench player on Paraguay got a red. Junior Alonso got a yellow.
He's putting the red away. He might not be done.
I think it's just going to be yellows for everybody else.
Are they not? And he's not going to go look at any video?
That's crazy. I think that chokehold should be a red, right?
Or would there even be VAR in this friendly?
I don't know.
Usually there is it in the friendly.
There. By the way, ball's back in play, so it's done.
The reason there might not be VAR is because Paraguay's equalizer was like very close to offsides. I thought that was going to go to VAR, but
yeah. But Matt, yeah, what are your thoughts on, or actually, Max, you want to read what we think the potential divisions could be? Or there's been a lot of speculation of how they would do this, how they would figure this out.
Yeah, I just sent this tweet to Nat in here, and I think it's funny, but also makes a lot of sense. And so it's like ready-made with MLS partnerships, the 5 divisions for MLS.
Oh, I've seen this. That's Ben Wright, right? Ben Wright's tweet. He's a Nashville reporter.
Yeah, I think Matt, you sent that. Yeah. You sent that to us earlier.
So the RHC Wealth Management Eastern Elite Division is Montreal, the Revolution, NYCFC, Red Bulls, Philadelphia, and Toronto.
Which makes sense. That's just Northeast.
Yep. The Coca-Cola Southern Six is Atlanta, Charlotte. DC is interesting. Miami, Nashville, and Orlando. Then you got this is disrespectful but true, the United Flyover Force. And so that's Chicago, Cincinnati, Columbus, Minnesota, SKC, and St. Louis. Then you got the DoorDash Tacos and Traffic. That's Austin, Dallas, Houston, LA, and San Diego.
That one's interesting because it's Texas and then Southern California. It's like a really it's two different bundles.
It's two different bundles, but like it makes sense at the same time.
No, it does. It does.
Yeah. And then the Michelob Ultra Hipster Highlands, which is where I would want to live in all these places. Colorado, Portland, RSL, Seattle, San Jose, and Vancouver.
I think it's pretty much accurate to what it does feel pretty likely. The only area that feels like it could be off would be having RSL and Colorado in the division with the rest of Cascadia. I could see it feels likely that they could decide to have the California teams be there. The only problem with that is that there's 4 California teams, and if like only it'd be be a little weird if like 3 of if like San Diego is with LA, or I guess you could have San Jose could be the one team could go
when
up.
you look at the geography of the map, when you look at the geography of the map, the 3 California teams are pretty grouped, and San Jose is something of an outlier.
Yeah. And so okay,
also,
so maybe they could be with
huge.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah. So I guess the 5 for if you have the 3 Cascadia teams and San Jose,
Colorado,
and
RSL.
then yeah.
I imagine this would also be a fluid system. Like if there's more expansion teams, or if there's like if the geography changes, this would probably be something that would be pretty easy to change.
We actually have to add 5 teams at a time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be interesting. I mean, like, I'm trying to think, like, are there any rivalries? I mean, like, with that, they're keeping most of the rivalries there, like, because they want to have, they want to keep, like, RSL and Colorado together,
Portland,
obviously,
Seattle,
so they don't want to split those
Hell
up.
is real.
Are there any in the East that they're not, that wouldn't be together? No, everything, it feels like they keep all the local rivalries.
Toronto and Columbus used to be a rivalry, but it's not really anymore.
Cincinnati and Nashville don't like each other.
But that's but Cincinnati's main rival is Columbus, so that makes sense.
It's definitely like secondary rivalries that you're losing, like some just teams
Right.
in general bad blood.
like Sounders LAFC, like there only being one game of Sounders LAFC, or even Sounders Galaxy, like one game a year of that does seem rough. But that is also this is also how the NFL has succeeded, that you get those every once in a while, and then in that it would make the playoff matchups against those teams better, because it wouldn't be like, oh, we've only played this team once this year. So like,
I'd be curious about the playoff implications here with 5 divisions.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting. So with that, like, with the 5 division, with the 5 divisions, if it's still one table, because it would, like, the 5 divisions. So one thing, like, it'd be fun to have them giving a trophy or giving a banner for each division win, but the divisions are mostly there only for scheduling and who you are going to play home and away every season. For playoffs, it would all be in one table, I believe. So I
feel like they would have to
like
put each division winner into the playoffs in some
Every
category.
division winner should get in the playoffs, like in the NFL.
And then from there, it's 5 teams, and then you give how many teams make the playoffs in the NFL? Is it 12?
But so then they're not doing. So then at that point they're not
is 12.
doing. Yeah, it's 12. No, it's 14. It's 14 now.
Oh, because they added the 7th team
it's 7.
in each one.
Yeah, it's 14.
Yeah, because there's 3. Yeah, there's 3 wild cards.
Because it used to be 12, and there were 2 teams in each conference that got a bye. I kind of like a 12-team playoff. You give 4 byes in the first round.
Right.
It seems like you
College football's doing it. 12-team. It works well.
Yeah, 4
you
byes.
either want, except the weird thing about the college football playoff is you would have, like, I guess you could say, like, the Supporter Shield winner is the one team that's like gets.
But 4 byes is weird.
Like, because you'd have, like, if we're I'm thinking about, like, how you would have a bracket. You'd have, like, you'd have 4 division winners would have to play, maybe host in the first round, and then you have the Supporter Shield winner get a bye to the second round. Or it feels.
Do you let 11 teams in and give 5 byes, 1 to each division winner? Is that crazy?
What if it was just? What if it was?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like the Supporter Shield. I mean, I would like it if it was only like 8 teams. What if it was only like one table based?
8 teams would be awesome, and then it's the 5 division winners and the 3 wild card teams.
And then 3 wild cards.
Yeah.
So
that makes it
like
so
baseball.
competitive to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
But
that's
the hard part.
So the wild card.
But
So
love it.
like how the wild cards would be.
Then you have a
baseball,
division winner who's not
like it's the
hosting,
same.
though. You're going to have someone
Yeah,
who won their division and doesn't host a game.
I mean, think about in the NFL when you just have a shit division and you're just like, this team doesn't even deserve to make the playoffs.
There's lots of
Yeah.
times
Like,
where a division winner, where a wild card team will have a better record than the division winner.
Yeah.
Just happened last year with the Vikings. And and it was the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers had a worse record than the Vikings, and they got to host.
I remember as a kid the Rams making the playoffs with a losing record.
Yeah.
Because their
No,
division is so
it's happened
bad.
before. Yeah. That's not gonna happen though. I would say my prediction is it's weird. It feels weird to predict that there will be less MLS teams than there are now. But my prediction would be
What?
that it will
I don't
be.
think so.
There should be.
There definitely should be, because there's too many right now, because 18 is too much. But it feels like 16 teams making the playoffs is the most likely.
Oh,
because then they
You
can
meant
do,
okay.
In the
so that they
playoffs.
can do.
I
I
also
thought
thought
you-
what you thought, Matt.
I thought you meant they were just going to get rid of teams. I was like, no.
Yeah.
No, I think it's most
They're
likely
gonna dissolve
that they will.
the assets.
I think they
and
like
get rid
having
of
a
those.
set bracket for the playoffs, and doing 8 teams on both sides is just the easiest. I don't know how they will set that up. Having the 5 divisions, like, it just makes it's hard to figure out who gets the bye. So that we will have to take some time to figure out.
I would love an 8-team playoffs, 5 division winners, 3 wild cards, single elimination, host team, the best team hosts until the final, which is in like the same way the NFL picks a city before the season even starts.
Right.
I don't think the MLS. I still don't think the MLS could support that. They cannot support.
I think they could for a
having
final.
a neutral location. No, maybe
Depends
they,
Well, you don't
go.
think
they
enough
would
fans
do
would
better.
turn up, or
they would do
or
better than they would.
I don't think enough would
Stuff.
turn
I
up.
don't think.
But if
if
it was an 8-team playoff and they really cut down on the number of playoff games, like I just think the weight of those games goes up.
I do think it would feel more like the baseball playoffs, because like you have like 3 teams, because everyone's in a single table. That's how it, like, at the end of the season, how everyone's looking at like the full wild card list. That would be interesting to see every team competing, like, and it would be fun if it's like, oh, Portland and Orlando are competing for that final spot, but they're on the other sides of the country. Like, that would be fun.
It would
if we do
maybe be
8,
okay if you only choose the small soccer-specific stadiums for the final, like
Yeah, I wouldn't
Like-
I wouldn't try to fill Atlanta
Lumen.
United Stadium.
like
Right, yeah.
I don't think Lumen's getting filled unless Seattle is playing
in the
it.
final.
But
yeah.
like, could you?
But they
fill
wouldn't
Columbus,
do that. But they
right?
wouldn't do
Like,
that. Columbus may, if we had like Cincinnati, or no, Cincinnati's too close. If it was like the Revolution versus LAFC in Columbus, is that stadium gonna get filled?
Better chance.
I
Better
think
chance,
it could.
But still,
Flights to Columbus aren't that expensive. Is the MLS Cup really going to raise flights?
I
to
don't
Columbus
think that's
that
gonna be
much?
better. I don't think that
so.
will be better.
Like,
That's not gonna be a better atmosphere than a home team.
oh yeah, sure, it won't be a better atmosphere, but there is something that just like I'm of the belief that the home field advantage for the MLS Cup final is too much of an advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
you love it if
And then-
you
and
have
then
it,
and
but
it would
Yeah.
feel a little bit more like the Champions League or the Super Bowl, in which that they would be promoting that the entire season.
Yeah, it
So that could
eventizes
happen.
it.
It seems unlikely though.
That would be as a fan, an 8-team playoff with a neutral final location, single elimination every game is so
Would you
fun.
want-
I mean,
what
just
if-
starting.
If they did
'cause
8
then-
teams, and like what if they brought back like aggregate scoring for that?
No, I want single elimination games, and I think you should get to host if you're the higher seed up until the final.
Yeah.
I just like the idea of like limiting the amount of total games that are played, so that there's like a huge weight. Because imagine every game you throw on in the MLS playoffs is a single elimination, either quarterfinal,
the
semifinal, or
2019
final.
and the 2018,
Like, that's awesome.
Or no, it wasn't the 2021 playoffs and the 2019 MLS playoffs were probably the best MLS playoffs in my opinion, because they had the single elimination format, and every game of that was crazy.
yeah,
No one was asking for that to change the next year when they started that. And they should go back to that. It does make it better. And then we won't have situations where teams are making it to the conference semifinal after they don't actually win a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And yes, we have shootout. Yes, you might still have more shootouts, but still more teams are going to go for it instead, because it's even with extra time, like people will be going for it a lot more than they are now.
I haven't watched every MLS playoff game because so many of them feel like they don't matter. And in this format, I would watch every game. I'd watch every minute of every game of the MLS.
No, like just turn into the game 3. Like why?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah,
Definitely.
like check the score of game 2, and if it's interesting, watch it. Like what?
Yeah,
this format doesn't encourage.
there's a lack of
We're
urgency.
big MLS fans, obviously, and the fact that we're not watching I'll speak for myself. I'm not watching every MLS playoff game.
No, me neither. Because there's just a lack of urgency and motivation, I think, to watch every game when they're going to play again in a week, and it doesn't really matter until it gets to that game.
Especially like in the second half. Especially when the second half of a game, like if a team's winning 3-0, like even that game is like, even if you're a fan of that team, you might be like, what's the point of this game? Like the team is the team that's losing has no chance. There's no reason for them to continue playing in this game.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense for them to
I mean, to be fair, that happens in every playoffs, though. Like I remember this is one of the best NBA finals of all time. Goes to Game 7, Spurs versus Heat, back when like LeBron, the Big Three, that sort of thing. There were a ton of blowouts in that series, and it was because Eric Spoelstra and Greg Popovich were like, "We'll just win Game 2, or we'll just win Game 3. Who cares if we lose by 30? Because it's still just one loss."
And that is why basketball is a worse sport than soccer.
Sure, but like that's that happens in anything where it's not single elimination,
Right.
or not aggregate.
If the NBA finals were single elimination just for the finals, that would be so sick.
That'd be
insane.
That would be awesome.
Insane.
7-game series, and then if you get to the finals, it's just 48 minutes. You just go to war.
About so any like final thoughts on like what we'll see in 2027 in 2027? I mean, just in general, I would say I never expected this to happen. Like this is up.
It happened quickly. It happened really quickly.
It did.
The schedule swapping is up there with Pro Rel as something that I'm like,
Pro Rel won't happen.
Like, it would be nice if it happened, but there's no way it will ever happen. And I mean, it still feels like we're still a long way away from Pro Rel happen, but now anything is possible because this happened. And how fast it happened.
Pro Rel is different. Pro Rel won't happen.
USL rushed Pro Rel so bad that
it still doesn't exist yet.
I know it still doesn't exist yet, but the timeline that basically they have missed every single deadline that they have set for themselves in terms of trying to get the 2028 Pro Rel to go. Just even here locally, Sporting Cascades is supposed to be a USL League 1 team next year, so they'd be in the Pro Rel pyramid. They'd be at the bottom of the 3. They're supposed to be a thing in 2026. I'm hearing rumors that they're just going to have a USL League 2 team and a USLW team in 2026, and then in 2027. Like, it's just like, that's...
But, it's still...
USL is just...
Yeah.
They're trying so hard to fight against MLS that they're not doing things smartly.
It's still some time for Pro Rel before Pro Rel ever happens, or if it
will never happen in MLS. It will never happen.
But still, like, the fact this even happened is still crazy. I do think it is a huge plus, though, that this should mean that there should not be a single MLS game happening during an international break. And that is a plus.
That is a plus.
Yeah.
The amount of times that if you explain to a casual, like, it's like, all right, if you go to a game and it's like, so who's our best player? And it's like, well, our best player is normally this person, but they're not here because they're with their national team. And they're like, what? their best player isn't playing when they have a game, and I hate those situations. And hopefully that will never happen again, and we'll never have situations where, we'll never have another situation where Columbus doesn't have a goalkeeper because all their goalkeepers are on international duty or injured.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, like maybe that's some sad thing
Yeah.
that we won't get to see.
And we
field
won't have
players
another
go
situation
most likely,
where
but still.
NYCFC loses their star player in the middle of a playoff run because he's playing on a bad turf field on international duty and he
Technically,
tears his
that could still
ACL.
happen. I mean, the playoffs would be happening at a different time, but that still could happen.
Yes.
But probably not mid-playoff.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be during the.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be during the playoffs.
It could happen right before the playoffs,
Mhm.
but it probably won't happen in the middle of the dang thing.
Yeah.
But it
Alonso
does
Martinez just tore his ACL. Well, he's technically not been confirmed to have tore his ACL yet. Like NYCFC hasn't come out and said yes, like the rumors are true. He tore his ACL. But there's multiple reports that it is his ACL and that he will be out for quite some time. This is really heartbreaking for Alonso Martinez, especially for NYCFC fans and for Costa Rica fans, as this means that Alonso Martinez will most likely, aside from some divine miracle, will not play in the World Cup for Costa Rica.
It could. We have to hope that what happened to João Paulo this season happens to him. That when they go under is when they go in to start surgery. Then it's possible that they could see he's fine, and then he could be out. He's definitely out for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe he could be available for the World Cup, but it is a huge loss for both Costa Rica and NYCFC. And it really does. I mean, it puts a lot more pressure on. It makes it a lot harder for NYCFC, and it's easier for Philadelphia because now they can focus more heavily on Nico Fernandez.
Right.
Since we're gonna have to have two people watching Alonso Martinez and Nico Fernandez, but now they only really have one real dangerous.
Yeah, a lot of the pressure moves to Nico Fernandez's shoulders now.
Yeah.
To be honest, he showed us in the Charlotte game that he can take some of that pressure with scoring those 2 goals that he did.
But you can also say that some of that happens because of Alonso Martinez being on the field. I mean, we've seen already this season when Alonso Martinez is not on the field for NYCFC, y'all struggle. So that would be rough. And about the injury, I hope that this, yes, missing the best player, but also I feel I hate reading the stories where and there will still be international managers clashing with club managers, but that should happen less with the MLS changing. It will happen. It will probably happen as much as it happens with the rest of the world this way, which is a good thing. That is a positive. Yeah.
On that note, club managers need to start realizing that the protection of a player isn't just on the international team. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with Christian Pulisic not coming into camp this time because he literally has only played 20 minutes for Milan since his injury. But there's no reason Chris Richards shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
It's a joke that Oliver Glasner can go, well, Chris Richards was dealing with a leg injury, and so Pot shouldn't have played him so much. He has played every minute for Crystal Palace before the international break and after the international break. If he really has something going on,
that doesn't add up.
And so now he's not here in this camp, and we have to watch Miles Robinson not know how to keep an offside line, not get back on defense to watch the back. He's a joke. He makes Tim Ream look so good next to him.
And when Mark McKenzie is already on the bench.
Yeah, McKenzie's on the bench. Trust is on the bench. Noah Kai Banks is still starting every game in the Bundesliga at 18 years old. He's the future of the center back position. Poch, call this man up, please. Miles Robinson is bad. He just looks bad in the U.S. men's national team kit every time.
All right. So moving on from I think we touched on pretty much everything with the schedule. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it does definitely that shortened season will be treated like an asterisk. I did like the idea of that instead of a star for winning that MLS Cup, it should just be an asterisk. That feels correct.
That'd be funny. That's not gonna happen. That'd be funny.
They won't do that. It will just be the normal MLS Cup. I wonder if they would add like a different version of the Campeones Cup, or a solo where they just have the two. They have the winner of 2027 shortened season play
could be a semifinals to get into the Campeones Cup.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Bro.
That's a funny idea. Or just do like a 3-team table.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that, or how they if they try to give a spot for, because the MLS is back tournament winner. I think the Portland Timbers qualified for the CONCACAF Champions Cup when they won that.
Just take the third place spot away from Leagues Cup.
Yeah, we'll see if they end up doing that. I'm still hoping that Leagues Cup will go away. Like they're saying, yes, they said Leagues Cup. Like they've said in these press releases that Leagues Cup is gonna happen. Will happen in the summer at the same time, similar to how it happened this year and how it will happen next year. But Leagues Cup could die any moment now, because of Liga MX could. I feel like if all those clubs said like, yeah, we're just not playing in that, like that could happen. But also Liga MX needs money. But
I don't know if this helps or hurts Open Cup's success. Like, I mean, MLS has already shown they don't care about Open Cup, so they probably didn't think the slightest about this with the schedule change. But Open Cup will need to change its schedule if it wants to have MLS teams join in round 3 the way they have in the past.
Because this is true, because normally U.S. Open Cup MLS teams are entering in June, and now that is like the prime off season for MLS, and like even the MLS Next Pro, they won't be playing during that time. So even if MLS Next Pro is playing in the Open Cup, that would be weird. They would need to change because that's during their off season. They would like their whole timing would be in disarray.
Yeah, the suggestion would be to start Open Cup right before the MLS season, so you get the first 2 rounds of the non-MLS teams. And then the third round of Open Cup would start right around the beginning of the MLS season. And
there's already super long breaks in the U.S. Open Cup. They could just do fewer.
Yeah.
They just need to line the U.S. Open Cup, or if the U.S. Open Cup runs in the same time frame as the FA Cup, that's what it should. Yeah. That's what it would be. The FA Cup is the blueprint for that. There are weekend and MLS would never do this. Like where they would have weekends
just for the
U.S. Open Cup. They will never do that, but that is the blueprint for how you have a second club competition. And same thing for Leagues Cup. With instead of making it for some teams getting like an extra break because they're out of Leagues Cup, like use those cup competitions as the blueprint for fitting in the matches, because they have figured it out, and not have people playing on short rest or playing after like a long rest period. Yes. Final thoughts for this episode. So we talked about Alonso Martinez being out. It's going to be huge. That is a huge letdown for NYCFC. We'll talk more about NYCFC's playoff game against Philadelphia next week before that game. But two other stories I wanted to touch on. First, it's about Columbus's team. Wilfried Nancy,
big deal,
is linked to Celtic. Max
Yeah.
is trying to believe that it's not real and it's not happening.
I think it's real.
It's very real.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Columbus has been successful regardless who the manager is, so like I think we'll be fine in the long run. I will cry. Like because we play such beautiful soccer right now. Like sure, did we win an MLS Cup under Caleb Porter? Yes, we did. That was not good soccer to watch. Like even when we were winning, it wasn't great soccer to watch. And so like
that MLS Cup also doesn't count.
Oh yeah. Okay. But like no matter what, I'm gonna be upset. Like, even if we get Jim Curtin, who I think is a phenomenal manager, and that's who like Crew fans have already been talking. Like, we want Curtin to replace Nancy.
It's crazy that Curtin is not already with an MLS team. Like that. It's shocking.
I wonder if he's picky. I wonder if he might be picky.
Yeah.
He might be in a place where he could be picky.
Yeah.
I could see him taking over Columbus.
Right now?
Oh, it makes so much sense. It makes
it does make a lot of sense.
There
are no actual names, and a lot of them are Nancy guys, and who are the assistant coaches right now.
So they might leave as well.
I don't think we're gonna get an assistant coach promoted to be the next head coach of Columbus.
What about the next pro coach? Since Columbus's next pro coach team has also been good.
That's true. I don't know how connected the next pro coach is to.
I think they're all pretty connected.
To Nancy is my point. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if he would go with Nancy as well. But yes, our next pro team has been pretty good. So that would be cool.
Michael Bradley, coaching Columbus.
Michael Bradley,
who just won MLS Next Pro Championship with the New York Red Bulls.
It's too bad you just missed the chance to get Tata. Snatched him up before you had a chance.
I don't think you want Tata Martinez.
I don't know why Atlanta wants Tata Martinez.
Would you take Tata? Who would you want more, Tata or Michael Bradley?
Oh my God,
Tata Martino.
Yeah.
Like Columbus fans already hated Michael Bradley because I'm serious. When Columbus Toronto used to be like a very legit rivalry. Like we played for the Trillium Cup. Like we hated each other.
Michael Bradley or Bob Bradley?
Bob Bradley in a heartbeat.
What if
heartbeat? Not
is
even
Bob
close.
Bradley possible for Columbus?
No.
Could that be possible?
I hope not, but I would still take Bob Bradley in a heartbeat.
What is Bob Bradley even doing right now?
Could Porter go back? Because he just got fired by New England.
If Columbus were to go for Caleb Porter, that would be a clear sign of.
That'd be nuts. That feels like it could potentially happen.
That is a okay with mediocrity move if Columbus signs Caleb Porter. But regardless,
but that feels
I'm happy
believable.
for Nancy.
Yeah.
I think Nancy's going to go to Celtic. He deserves it. He was eventually going to go to a big European club eventually. And this is a good step for him, right? Because he can come into a spot. Usually winning at Celtic doesn't mean shit, right? Celtic are huge, and that's great. But, if he comes in and wins the Premiership, that's actually an accomplishment here because of, the turmoil over there, the fact that they're not in first place right now, everything that's going on over there, it will actually be an accomplishment. And then he can just stack the normal Celtic manager accomplishments upon that, a few more Premiership titles, whatever their FA Cup is in Scotland, he can win that. Maybe have a good Champions League run at one point here.
Is it really that much of an accomplishment if you win with Celtic when they
this year it is, and that's my point. One, also English teams care so much more. So if he wants to eventually get that Premier League move or something, going to Celtic is going to help so much more. Ange Postecoglou got his chance.
They are a bigger club,
right?
Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers has got his chance from Celtic. So it's a good move for Nancy. From a USMNT perspective, could he teach Trusty to pass the ball? That'd be pretty cool. So I mean, for Nancy, I'm happy. As a Columbus fan, I'm very sad. And I do think it's going to happen.
For a long time, I've said Nancy's either the best coach in MLS or is the most attractive soccer in MLS. So I feel from a top-down perspective, this is probably been
and maybe the most and might be one of the most attractive MLS coaches as well.
Why not?
Well.
Yeah.
Why
He
not?
does dress quite well.
He dresses like he's ready for Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, there isn't that much competition among the MLS coaches?
No, this is a rough league for that, to be
Hire
honest.
more black coaches, you get more attractive. Right? Like,
Yeah.
No,
everyone watches
100%.
college football at
Yeah.
Notre Dame
Yeah.
because Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, everyone's
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know.
good looking dude.
Yeah.
Final thing I wanted to talk about. Neymar been more connected to MLS of
Oh,
late. Is it a
Any
he's-
team specifically?
He might be
He's
connected.
washed.
He might be connected to Miami, even though we know Suarez is retiring. So the talk of having MSN again doesn't seem like it's going to happen. And also, there's been talk about people have been talking about this week, should Suarez still be starting? I argue that Suarez should not be starting for Inter Miami in the playoffs. I think Allende is doing way more than Suarez does. And Suarez, you can throw Suarez on in the last 30 minutes of the game. That is the best use of him at this point because he is just slow as shit. But does it make sense if you're MLS, if you're an MLS club, do you want Neymar? Matt, what do you want?
I don't want Neymar. We have a DP spot open for specifically a winger, and I don't want Neymar. He's washed. I mean, if you're into jersey sales, then go get Neymar. But I kind of want to win games. So
if you're a team that's struggling for fans, if you're a team that's struggling to sell tickets, if you're a team that isn't making money, you should absolutely be trying to get Neymar. You just should.
But he's going to cause
it's a
so
financial
much drama.
branding
He's
play.
Gonna cause
It's not a
you
soccer
so
play.
much drama with that.
Which is
But it's not
all
a
attention
soccer
is.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some of these MLS teams, they're in a spot where any press is good press, and this is exactly what they should be doing. For the MLS teams that all four of us are fans of, would be a bad decision.
Yeah. I think MLS should be rooting. Do you think MLS should be rooting for him to go to Miami or for him to go to a different MLS club?
There has
Because,
never been a more Toronto player ever.
He would hate
It's
it,
true.
but
He would hate it.
That would be so funny if he did go to Toronto.
the Drake and Neymar link-ups. Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Oh my god.
He said it to Toronto. Book it. I'm mostly kidding, but
So he's been absolute shit this year. Do we think he
so
would
bad.
would he be able to turn it on if he came to MLS? Does he have
No.
anything left in
He
the
has
tank?
pride for his country left in the tank, and
If he wants to go to the World Cup, is this a smart move for Neymar?
unfortunately, the rest of the Brazil team still kind of worships him, not quite to the same way that the Portuguese team worships Ronaldo or the Argentinian team worships Messi. But you guys like Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, who are Real Madrid studs.
Yeah.
Even they will say we need Neymar. And I'm like, what have you guys been watching for the
Oh,
last 3 years?
So you think Brazil can already?
You can go further
you
than
think
3
Brazil should
years.
already take him to
I'm
the
a
World
hater,
Cup?
but
I
you
don't
can go
think
further
Brazil
than 3.
should take him to the World Cup, but there are multiple players in the current Brazilian national team setup who are huge stars who still think they need Neymar. Vinicius Jr. has been on record saying it, and so
Do we
I mean, to be fair, if you grew
Could
up
you
watching
change-
those highlights,
Would
I
you
kind of get
change
it.
your mind about him deserving to be there if he comes to MLS and starts scoring goals? If he balls out, I don't think he would. I don't want to say that he would be doing it exactly like Messi, but I mean, Messi is still involved in Messi does so much for the Argentina national team, sort of in the same way.
I
Could-
just,
if,
I think
if he's playing well in MLS,
I think Son
you
is the
trust
standard
Neymar
for a
at the
world class
World
player
I
in
think
MLS.
if
Right.
and only if he plays well in MLS, he ends up in a very similar situation to Ronaldo with Portugal right now, where Portugal have this wonder team right now with a lot of talent, but they don't have a striker, and so it's like, oh, this Ronaldo guy who's our greatest player in our history, and like probably is good enough to be in our bench if we had a good striker, but he kind of has to start for us because we have a good 10 other players, but not really a good striker, so he's starting for us. Brazil's kind of in that same spot, at least in the 10 role, which is where Neymar has played historically for Brazil. Like, sure, they got Vinicius, they got Rafinha, they got all these guys who can play on the wings, they got a couple striker options, but they don't really have a 10. And so, if Neymar is killing it in MLS, all of a sudden he could kind of be that weird situation where
and
it's
if he's
Neymar
playing
should
in the
be on
same
the roster.
stadiums, he's playing in the same stadiums with 26 people. He might still be in their top 20.
Yeah.
He might still be in the top 26.
Well, not right now. If he kills it in
scores.
MLS, maybe he can be in the top 26.
I have a hard time seeing Neymar succeed in the MLS just because I think he lost his love for the game a long time ago. And I think he's not been the same player since that happened.
You guys know that Nike commercial where like you pretend to be Neymar, you pretend to be like I guess I'm right. And
when it stays on.
Okay, the commercial starts with the guy being Neymar. He dribbles, turns around, and passes it backwards. And they pause and they go, "That's not what Neymar would do." Yeah. I watched a 1 minute and 30-second clip of him passing the ball backwards in the Brazilian league, and I was like, "This guy is."
That's not what Neymar would do.
That's not what Neymar would do. This guy's done.
You can't be the Hulk.
Yeah.
Turns into Tim Howard. Yeah. Goated commercial right there.
That is a great commercial.
All right. Good episode today.
Gotta mention De La Vega at least.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I put that at the top of the document. Thank you, Max. Because people need to go vote for Pepo's wonder goal against Cruz Azul. Nominated
he crossed it. He crossed it. It's a cross.
Nominated for the Boosters Award. He literally had already scored a goal from that range. He was trying to do it again.
Thing.
What a goal. Vote for Pepo. Vote. That goal is gorgeous.
No, there's like a really good
Pepo,
team goal in there. Vote for that one. I forget what team it was, but vote for that one. That was a really great goal.
Yes, vote for Pepo.
Okay, come on. Can we at least do the meme? Vote for Pedro. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vote for Pedro.
Bro.
If he wins, I'm gonna crash out.
USMNT in action midweek. They're playing their second game against
Uruguay.
Against Uruguay. Yeah, we'll see what happens in that game. That game is happening on. Is that Monday? That game is on Tuesday, or
this is a chance for a big upset for the U.S. Yeah. Fede Valverde is gone. Uruguay's best player, Real Madrid co-captain or whatever, and I think they're missing one other stud on their team, and I'm just not thinking of it right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, they still got a great roster. They got Araujo at Barca and a lot of other guys, but Valverde gone is a big miss.
Is Bielsa still the coach, or was that a long time ago?
Where is Bielsa?
Okay, it is still Bielsa.
Yeah, I think he's still the coach. Yeah. That game is on Tuesday. Hopefully, no Miles Robinson.
Brendan Aronson for revenge against Bielsa, or is that the right word?
When he went out in the game that we were just watching, he was sitting down when he
score his first USMNT goal on Tuesday. Watch it happen. It's gonna happen.
Who?
All right, we'll be back.
Oh.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
He's gonna play
He's probably
5
start
minutes.
again. No Tyler Adams. No McKennie. He'll probably start again, so maybe.
He should. And the other MLS players or no, there's no other MLS player who might not want to get injured before the playoffs start. I guess
Tim Tillman, who did play today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Tillman's like, Rodan, you can play. I want to be there on the weekend for my big game against Vancouver.
Berhalter.
Yeah, Berhalter as well.
I want to see Berhalter and Gio on the field together, though. So,
Look at January. Anyway. All right, we'll be back next week, next Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, to preview the MLS Conference Semifinals coming up next weekend. Should be good. And also talk U.S. Open Cup fourth round qualifying as well.
Great.
Go Ballard FC. Remember to follow us on Twitter at WECB Football. Follow us on Instagram at footballslife.wecb. Contact the show at footballslife.wecb@gmail.com or at footballslife.net. Until next Saturday, football!